Hey there, I am Braedyn reporting for Kids First, and today I had the pleasure of speaking with Craig Schulz and Erik Wiese about the summer film Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical, which releases on Apple TV Plus on August 6th. Mr. Schulz is a producer and writer known for the Peanuts movie, The Snoopy Show, and many other Peanuts features. Erik Wiese is an Emmy-nominated director and writer who has contributed to shows such as Sonic Prime and The Mighty Bee. He was also a director at Illumination Entertainment, working on multiple Minion shorts and commercials. Thank you for talking with me today, guys.
Cool,
Thank you, Braedyn. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, that green screen, you got to drop some.
You both.
The green screen, you got to drop some characters in behind you.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, that definitely. Charlie Brown and Linus, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Schulz, the characters in this TV special are quite amusing, with each individual is needed to add depth to the adventure. Is there a member of the Peanuts gang that is special to you?
Definitely. The one I relate to, which I'm sure you can't guess, is Pigpen.
That was my reaction too.
Yeah, because growing up, I was the one that always played in the dirt. I had, BMX bikes and motocross bikes and go-karts and everything else.
Yes.
And all that sort of stuff. So my wife still calls me Pigpen, but more so than the fact that I love playing in the dirt is that Pigpen knows who he is. He's happy with himself. He has no problems with being dirty, and he's very self-assured. So I love Pigpen.
Yeah, I'm glad about that. There's more to the characters than meets the eye. Pigpen, he knows who he is. No one's going to change him.
Yeah.
He has a good heart.
Yep.
Exactly.
So,
That's
Mr.
me.
Wise, how about you? Do you have a favorite character?
I do, but I have to say I have two. I think as you get older and you're battling being an adult, you start to relate to Charlie Brown, but also being a cartoonist, and I'm always daydreaming, and so that's where I really relate to Snoopy. There is that sort of 10-year-old that's still in me, and I want to Snoopy has such a fantasy life, and I think that's where I wish we could all do.
Yeah, that's the same for me. Snoopy is my favorite. He's so cute too. So, Mr. Wise, you have worked on so many shows, from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie to Rugrats in Paris and The Fairly Odd Parents, to name a few. How does this film differ from your past work?
So a lot of those shows are rooted in silliness, which I love to do. The Peanuts, it allows me to do drama, and that's something I've never done before, and I absolutely love it. And to be able to do that with animation, takes, I think, the kid viewers to a new place, and there's actually, I think, an evolution. That's what happened to me. And as you get older, reading the strips, I felt like that's what Charles Schulz was telling me. Hey kid, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And so
tell you now.
I think, yeah, and it's also done with humor, because that's how we got to get through a lot of this stuff. So I hope I answered your question.
It's a way to show with humor there are things in life that you're going to need to prepare for, and Peanuts is that kind of bridge between childhood and then going into adulthood.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I didn't know exactly what it was, and then you revisit it years later, and you're like, I get that now. I totally understand that now. Yeah.
So, Mr. Schulz, Peanuts is known for its sense of humor, and it rings loud and clear in this special. What was the funniest thing that happened when you were working on this film?
We were doing the one scene where Sally goes into the pond for the first time, and she's like, "Is this safe?" And then she steps on the stick and yells out, "Lake snake!" And it popped in as I was writing that, it popped in my mind, lake snake. And I was laughing, and my son and Neil just rolled over laughing at that scene. Just the line "lake snake" for me was just rang of humor.
Yeah, I remember that, lake snake, and then just
Exactly.
Yeah, that was definitely something that was really funny. Mr. Wise, what is the most challenging thing for you that happened when you were working on this film?
Well, and Craig will say the same thing, but we've never done a musical before. So that was new territory. You can say it's a challenge, but it was also a really fun challenge because, you want to do something new. You want to step out of your comfort zone, it sort of actually mirrors Sally, getting out of your comfort zone. And it wasn't like we had a blueprint for it. We made it up as we went along. And a lot of that is just conversation, Um, yeah, choosing Ben Folds and having an expert, I mean, that goes a long, long, long way. And we were in such great hands, and he delivered. Craig?
Yeah, making a musical with Peanuts as a cartoon and trying to put in all these important issues, it's definitely something that you don't happen every day.
Yeah, and also just really quickly, one other thing is our animation crew, they also hadn't done musicals. And it was really, they got to cut loose, and they got to do performances that, don't, in the Peanuts universe and in a lot of, cartoons that you don't get to do. And they were excited. There was actually animators that were fighting for certain scenes or certain shots. As an animator once myself, yeah, you're like, that's a juicy scene, and I can't wait to dive into it. And yeah, and that's why you're an animator. You want to see those drawings come to life, and you want to own it.
Yeah, I loved how all the animation was done. I could tell that a lot of work went into it, but that they enjoyed the work in the same sense.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Schulz, Peanuts cartoons have had a signature style and are known around the world. As the son of its creator, Charles M. Schulz, what did you learn about creating that style from your dad?
The word that comes to my mind is fear. Number one, because you're trying to. I mean, I'll go back to when we did the Peanuts movie as an example. We did the Peanuts movie we started in 2012, 2013. And I remember the director calling me up, said, Craig, you gotta come to LA, gotta come to LA. We have Charlie Brown down. So I fly all the way to LA. I walk in, he shows me Charlie Brown. And I was like, okay, guys, back to the drawing board. This is terrible. And kind of deflate them, but it's like they didn't quite get it. It took a good year to get Charlie Brown down in animation. And since then, the team had worked on all these other things, and they had the blueprints to work with. So it became easier, down the road. And they seem to really dialed in on the line art and the animation and the movement and so forth. So I've always been pleasantly surprised with what the animators can do. And there's many, many, many animators working on a film. In the Peanuts movie, for example, what Eric talks about, I remember people saying they only get to work on like 2 seconds of the movie. And it takes them a year to work on these 2-second bits. And they are very, very proud of their 2 seconds in that film. So
I did that. That was me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
that one little
absolutely.
thing, but it's an ungodly amount of work to do, and they pull it off, and I'm astounded every time I see it.
I remember watching the Peanuts movie, and it was just so boom. There was things to see everywhere, no matter where you look. So, Mr. Wise, what do you hope audiences will take away from watching this film?
I hope that they feel inspired, about the power that they have when they come together, in times of, when things are very hard. I think that seeing that you can band together to, hold on to those things that are very important to us, preservation.
Well, yeah, many, many things. I think, doing a Peanuts film is a lot like my dad doing the comic strip. It has to be multidimensional. You have to have it appeal to children, which is why we inject Snoopy when we can. But I can picture, 4 and 5-year-olds dancing up and down to the music of this film while they're watching it. And my hope is that, people your age and parents will sit down after the film and ask their children, what did you get out of this film? And they should understand that what they have in the world will not always be there. And it will only be there if you fight to keep it there.
Yeah, something that families can talk about and use it as a bonding. That is what I hope audiences will take away from it as well.
Well, that's it for now. Once again, I am Braedyn reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed about upcoming films. Thank you, and bye for now.